Welcome back to track one of the JRDA Championship Tournament. This is the last game, the nightcap on track one, and the winner will go on to the championship game. You hear the Diamond City Miners right in front of us. Here with Sugar and Spice from Tampa with the color commentary and all the expertise and knowledge that I can't say just because I own skates. That doesn't mean anything. So, again, Diamond City Miners versus the California Mayhem. This is the Battle of California, as California Mayhem from Merced and the Diamond City Miners from Bakersfield. We'll get into the Battle of Florida, the Battle of the Bay, later on tomorrow. We'll talk about that later. But the winner will meet the FOCO Fort Collins Spartans, pretty much the home team here. That'll be tomorrow at 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. The runner-up in this game, still not going anywhere. They will meet Des Moines tomorrow for third place at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So lots of derbies still to be played, and each place will be filled before the weekend is over with. The Attack Pack in Tampa will play at 2 p.m. Mountain, 4 Eastern for 5th place. River City and Mob City at noon Mountain for 7th place. And Philly and the Reservoir Dolls will play for 9th place at 10 Mountain, noon Eastern tomorrow. So a full day of derby on Sunday as well. So there you hear the focus, effort, attitude, respect. If you see on the helmets of the Diamond City Miners, it says fear, and fear stands for focus, effort, attitude, and respect, as the number 2 seed Diamond City Miners meet the number 3 seed California Mayhem. You've played California before now.
Yes, I have. They're great. A great bunch of kids, too. I love them. Very supportive.
I know Love Tap, probably the most prolific one I've seen, at least in previous tournaments. I shot the first championship tournament, the one in Daytona Beach. So being in front of the camera for a change, but I do remember that name, and I remember that team, California Mayhem. Quite a physical team here in the Open Division as well.
Agreed.
All right, set to begin any moment now. Of course, we're having the captains and coaches meeting, and it was stated before we even started this tournament that the captains and coaches meeting, no matter what the time is, will not be rushed. They will still be able to air any concerns, have any questions, answer, go over final instructions, clarifications. Again, since calls might be a little different as far as warning calls or you know, what's the threshold for this penalty or that. You want to make sure that that is taken care of, and that meeting will not be rushed, even though it is 8:15 Mountain Time, 10:15 Eastern Time for fans who just joined us for the Attack Pack victory. And oh my Lanta, what a game. I am glad I didn't have to call that one. I'm glad I could just sit back and watch.
I think this game is going to be very intense and very strong. I mean, these players work really hard.
Oh yeah, I believe it's going to be just as much as the game we just finished, plus probably some as far as the physicality, the defense, the all the strategies being worked out. I mean, just speaking frankly, the size of the players and especially the number of boys they have on each of these teams. This is OMG indeed. Skaters on the track, referees now with a few final words. You can join the conversation anytime. You know, on the Twitter machine, I'm showing my age here, at JRDA_rocks, and use the hashtag talk2, the number 2, JRDA. The wave now, well, that's a lousy wave. Anyway, there's a wave that lasts about 3 seconds in the crowd as everybody, basically a capacity crowd just about here. All the bleachers filled and people standing behind the bleachers and standing behind the chairs. You don't normally see that for there we go. We're leading the way finally. You don't normally see that for the last game of the night. Usually everybody
really tired. Right.
All the teams that have already played are like, let's get back to the hotel and call it a night. But no, even The attack pack is here. I see them. Yeah, everybody's here. They know where it's at. Got
my Tampa family.
Yeah. Because this could be future opponents, and in fact, let's see, we have a little bit of a record here between, let's see, Tampa. If I'm reading that right, Diamond City Miners, 0-1 against Tampa, at least in the past 2 seasons, and the California Mayhem, and I knew that before even looking. The California Mayhem lost to Tampa earlier this season in Jacksonville on March 5th. That was 209 to 183.
An amazing game, too. I love to play them. Very aggressive and intense, but, I mean, it's all worth it.
That's a lot better. All right.
That was a good wave.
Yeah. Watch one side of the bleachers might pop up if they're not careful. Well, this side's got it. The other side, I don't think. There we go.
Even the sign-in tables.
Yeah, even the staff. Is that might be Tanya Prochnow over there? I can't see, but glad she's still here. Or somebody that looks like her. A stand-in. Chance starting already for the California Mayhem. Let's do it. Worthy against KB the Rockstar.
KB fighting to get up to that front and get through that Diamond City wall. Love tap holding Worthy back.
Oh.
Worthy fighting for that front, that lead. California locking down. KB on the outside getting lead jam.
And Worthy, man, just buried 4-on-1. And some muscle up front. Watch for direction there. Careful not to use forearms. But that was a forearm call on 52, unfortunately. So KB skates on and calls off the jam. 4-point starts.
It looks like we will have a power jam for our California Mayhem.
Oh boy, yep. And watch carefully because both teams are using orange for trim. So orange trim on both teams, especially on the helmets. The helmets orange, an orange star with blue on the inside, and the other one just an orange inside and no outline from what I see. So watch carefully. Okay, official timeout already. So if that's anything important, we'll let you know. But it looks like we're back to action already.
Yeah, it looks like the coach was probably telling them what to do and reset, which is a very good thing during an intense game like this.
Again, on this track, we are in turn 1, so as soon as we know the jammers, we'll let you know. Sometimes the referees will signal a number using one hand. Other times we'll wait on the scoreboard operator to pick it up. And I know that is 007.
Zenbad.
Thank you. Against, Artemis. Artemis Worthy. Artemis. Hello, Artemis. Artemis is what they have on the board, though. But no, you're right. 007 is Zenbad. There we go. I think they're listening. They just corrected it.
Zenbad right through that outside line, looking good as always.
I knew that wasn't Artemis. I thought, wait a minute.
And Worthy tiptoeing on that outside line, but doesn't quite make it. The Tonic Storm stops him, bridges back, beautiful. Zenbad fighting to get through that Diamond City wall, and Diamond City is through, but is not lead jammer.
Nicely done. And I know Zenbad, also a jam skater, was showing off his skills while we were setting up the track Thursday night, so I got to see some of that. 14-0 now for the California Mayhem, 0 for the Diamond City Miners, so 9 points on that. So that's 2 jams and more points for California.
And at our jammer line, looks like we have DUI for our DCM blockers and team. Look at that form.
Coach is signaling me, yes, DUI with the lead jam.
California trying to fight through that Diamond City wall, but is getting shut down. DUI busts right through the link and is left with Zinbad in the front.
Through, and that is a 5-point pass. We have a California Star Stash in the back.
DUI fighting very hard and strong, gets right through that middle.
Pack definition is very clear as number 80, Madeline Bootyfly, the jammer of record.
DUI through. Looks like they passed the panty to KB the Rockstar. Tries to jump that apex on that end, but doesn't quite make it.
Almost breakdancing maneuvers there in the infield. That turn one is a very popular stop for the jammers this weekend as Zinbad sent to the penalty box, and careful, of course, not to contact anybody on his way out. Just trying to get there so the clock will start. Wow, 15-point jam, and with that, the Diamond City Miners take the lead.
This is looking like a very good game.
Looking forward to being a part of it, absolutely. Hashtag talk to JRDA. Who you got? I see lots of Catman for tournament MVP. Okay, 2014. As we know, KB the Rockstar is jamming, and a track cut it is, and takes a long way to the penalty box.
Diamond City trying to get through on that out. Last line of defense, Artemis, but it gets right around her on that inside line.
Manny Maniac is jammer, and it is a power jam. One by one, and there we go, 5-point pass. And being advised to, there we go, being advised to call it up. They can't hear us, that's good. So we can talk strategy and talk about what we see. 5 more points, 25-14.
And looks like Diamond City is starting with a power jam. Worthy is on the jammer line.
Jammer and the pivot in the box, and then another pivot in the box for Diamond City. So neither team with a full complement, but in a game like this, if it remains totally clean, I would be very surprised. As far as penalty being scored is what I'm saying.
Worthy trying to get through with those fancy foot movements on that inside line. California locking it down.
Able to recover, and wow, lead jam.
Beautiful.
It was. And KB removes the star, returns to the track.
Worthy getting through on that inside line, spin move.
Star stash, but nobody fooled, and high five for that.
I'm quite impressed I'm not seeing any really big hits. Both teams are playing very calculated and skilled, and very, aggressive, but in the right ways, which I like to see, especially coming from both strong teams. That's really hard to do.
Correct. If we can keep this as clean a game as possible, and honest mistakes versus going for big hits and being really kind of taken out of your game mentally. You want to be careful about that, especially in the open division. Oh, whoa! Bodies flying everywhere, and DUI sent out for a forearm.
California with a power jam. Bumper car holding her back, but she gets right through on that outside line. She is lead jammer, California Mayhem.
Madeline Bootyfly one by one. Okay, one up front and through. Calling it off to ice the jammer. Good move. Diamond City left with 2 in the box, jammer and a blocker. Both are standing, should point out.
California starting with a power jam yet again, and we have Zinbad on that jammer line. Diamond City setting it up to get ready for his big explosive jumps.
DCM chance aplenty right here at the ranch, the First National Bank Exposition Center right here in Loveland, Colorado, just outside of Denver.
And DUI getting out of that penalty box, coming right through with some speed, getting right through and getting lead jammer.
Almost making it look easy. I was surprised.
Yes.
007 Zinbad still pushing.
And the jumping that apex, looking beautiful as always.
Zinbad just shut down, and a lot of that is Speed Bryu. And another pass, 5 points each time. Lapping the jammer so far.
Zinbad still getting stuck in the back by Speed Bryu.
High block call on Ambush Ash.
Trying to get around Jim Benjamin, but can't quite make it.
And big block in the back indeed. There we go.
DUI through yet again.
5 more points.
And Zinbad is through, but he is not our lead jammer.
55 seconds to go in the jam. So we can say, whoa, watch out.
A lot of contact. I mean, I can honestly say that DUI as a jammer and me being a blocker, he has some speed and force to him when he comes in. You got to be low and you got to absorb it unless you're going to go forward.
Absorbing it, yeah, that's a good word. I was wondering how do you handle such a big, powerful, forceful human being coming right at you.
Yeah, you got to be kind of like a sponge. You just got to soak it up.
48-19, 19 more points for Diamond City. They've really turned it on after the first 2 jams. And an official timeout now, about 21 minutes to go when we pick up again. Junior Roller Derby is international now. There's an international junior roller derby tournament coming up, and roller disco, in fact, in Copenhagen, August 11th and 12th. You can see 145 junior skaters aged 10 to 18 from 9 countries as they battle on roller skates from U.S., Belgium, France, Sweden, England, Scotland, Germany, Holland, and Denmark. Games and roller disco Friday and Saturday, August 11th and 12th. If you are in the greater Copenhagen area, day ticket is €7, weekend ticket is €10. But if you're not, don't worry, because the streaming for this event will be free. So tune in and see what's going on across the Atlantic. Again, the International Junior Roller Derby Tournament and Roller Disco in Copenhagen, August 11th and 12th. For more information, go to catrollerderby.com. That is catrollerderby.com or facebook.com/cat Junior Roller Derby. That's the Junior Roller Derby Creatures of the Abyss Tournament, August 11th and 12th. JRDA Championship Tournament right here in Loveland, Colorado. The winner of this game will meet the FOCO Spartans of Fort Collins tomorrow at 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific for the championship of the Open Division. The runner-up, still not done, will beat Des Moines for 3rd place at 4 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. Lengthy official timeouts. But again, if you have any questions, comments, what have you, the hashtag #Talk2, the number 2, Talk2 JRDA. We have that open and in front of us here. California, guess that was a balloon. California Mayhem, the number 3 seed. Diamond City Miners, the number 2 seed. This is the Battle of California as Diamond City from Bakersfield and California Mayhem from Merced.
I like to see the skaters, talking to each other, keeping each other calm. I'm seeing a lot of communication from both teams. I'm seeing a lot of, coaches trying to keep everyone calm and in the game, and that's hard, especially on the coaches. So I, shout out to the coaches that, are on the benches with us and that keep us in this game.
That is great to hear because I was able to see with Mob City closer to the table for the last game. I did see where the game was getting to their head a bit, unfortunately.
And that happens, especially with a score like that, and maybe something might not be an outcome that you wanted.
See if we can pick up something here from the referee. Just checking on a number here. There will be a penalty assessed. We'll see what it is. Of course, if they want to take the microphone, that's fine. If not, then we will see. Well, DUI sent to the penalty box, so we have a power jam for the California Mayhem. Okay, microphone is up.
Mayhem challenged the. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
There's no officiating. Okay. We were already issuing that penalty. So
non-official review.
California Mayhem used their official review to try to get a penalty assessed to the Diamond City managed jammer. The officials were already conferring and were
a visible
issuing a penalty
outcome
for leaping
of that
contact.
Official timeout.
And again, the house announcer.
Number 08.
Yeah, the house announcer actually talking over the head official as referee. He's trying to explain it. Yeah. They're across the room from each other, and the house announcer, I can speak from experience, cannot, in this venue, cannot hear basically what's being amplified. The speakers are on the other side of the room. So anyway, yeah, the announcement was that they wanted to, Diamond City wanted to use, California wanted to use an official review to talk about a jammer penalty, but the referees were already talking about the jammer penalty, and indeed a penalty was called. So all that said and established, power jam. And we have microphones everywhere, so that's how we pick it up.
We have KB the Rockstar for California Mayhem, starting with the power jam. Both teams are not at full force, but I'm sure they'll be able to lock it down as good as they have been.
A little movement toward the center, and we'll see. Yep, lead jam already.
Right through that inside line.
29 points can be had in a power jam and a lot more.
And Diamond City making that tight wall to keep KB from getting any points or passing their hips. KB fighting for that spot in the front. Some offense happening from California Mayhem on Diamond City. KB being knocked down.
Ambush recycles up and recycles up again, and the power jam is over. Great penalty kill. Great penalty kill.
And DUI right through on that inside line.
DUI eligible to score, and KB, of course, calling it off immediately.
With that apex jump.
Diamond City now 2-1 ratio over California, though 5 points scored by California just then. So it appears that the penalty box is empty. Let's see what happens here as Zenbad, once again for California Mayhem, earns lead jam.
Diamond City trying to get through on that outside line, but gets hit out by California Mayhem.
Mini Maniac all the way back to the pivot line.
A hip swing by Bumper Car, but doesn't quite get Zenbad on that outside line.
Mini Maniac still left with 3 up front. Not much progress, though, halfway around the track anyway.
Zenbad fighting to get in the front, gets through on that outside line.
Okay, 5-point pass for Zenbad. But it's a race. Going forward long enough to reach the. All right, we got, wow, lots of action all at once, and 1 point possibly? No.
0.
Diamond City wanted a point there because, as you saw, the jammer reached the pack and then called off the jam, knowing that the jam continues until the fourth. 4 points. 4 points on the last. No, 4 points for California on the last pass. They know the jam is not over until the 4th whistle blast. Diamond City shut out despite their pleas to the contrary.
We have Worthy for Diamond City jamming. We have Madeline Bootyfly for our California Mayhem.
Worthy with the lead and already halfway back around the track, so possibly 5-point pass coming here as jammer recycled back, and Worthy through on the outside.
Madeline fighting to get past the Diamond City walls. Very tough. She's knocked down on that outside line and bridged back. Diamond City right through on that inside line, picking up another point. He's knocked out by California Mayhem. A tonic storm bringing him back.
Multiplayer block called on Ambush Ash. So 2 blockers for the Diamond City Miners will start in the box. 3 points on the last pass, 13-0 on that jam. Diamond City up 61-33. "17 minutes to go, still too soon to call, as you know. 35, 40, 45 points have been had in a single power jam. And here we go again.
KB through on that outside line, getting lead jam for California Mayhem, sending one of the DCMs in the box. Looks like there's some confusion. Jumps that apex.
Oh, man. 4-0. Another close one. 24 points separate the 2 teams with 16 minutes to go when we pick up again. The winner of this game, once again, will meet the FOCO Spartans tomorrow at 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. It is 8 p.m. Eastern for us Florida people in the championship game. Wow, lead jam already. 35, KB the Rockstar, like barely when the whistle left the air.
DUI trying to fight past Love Tap, getting hit out, but Love Tap has to be bridged back.
Oh, and through and calling it off in plenty of time. 4-0.
We have Mad Max on the jammer line for our California Mayhem. First time seeing him out here.
DUI just receiving a little coaching, slow down, and as you're talking about the intensity, you want to be really careful. Play smart out there.
California Mayhem trying to lock down that Diamond City jammer. We have Diamond City locking down that jammer still. Mad Max struggling to get to the front, trying to break up those Diamond City walls and get that hole to get right through.
Mini Maniac left on the inside but sent out, possibly by your own teammate or by positioning. Well, neither jammer really, both drawn back, so back into the turn.
California still fighting to get through.
Mini Maniac has, 2-1, but they recycle back up. Great defense and awareness.
Speed Bryu is holding that California Mayhem for his life, bridging him back yet again. DCM stuck in the front.
Man, oh man, big block, and we are over halfway through the jam, and look where we are.
Big hit by Speed Bryu. Mad Max still trying to fight by him. DCM stuck in the front.
Sent back again.
Looks like a penny pass.
So close, but one more and through, but eligible to score. Of course, not lead jammer since there was a star pass, but at least somebody will be in scoring position. And
bumper car through on that outside line, looking beautiful with that form, quick speed.
25 seconds to go.
Mad Max is through for our California Mayhem, but is not lead jammer.
Did not earn lead, so this jam will continue on. 10 more seconds, 4 more points rather. Through and on the inside. All right, caught now. 2 seconds left. What a jam!
Looks like DCM is giving their boys some props. I'm loving to see the smiles and enthusiasm
as they
coming
should
from these kids.
That was the hardest earned 9 points of the entire tournament, right there. You can't help but
worship.
Yes.
I mean, both teams are looking great right now. They're playing clean. They're playing intense, skilled. Worthy for our DCM jammer, trying to get through on that outside line.
Okay, so now trying the inside. 2 up. Nope, called out. Track cut it was.
California Mayhem with a power jam. Zinbad as our jammer trying to fight through Diamond City walls to get lead. And he is lead jammer through on that inside line, jumping a little baby apex.
They'll take it. That's fine. They aren't all Jam Storella, Logan Childs kind of jumps, but we'll take it.
And he is hit by Benjamin. Benjamin trying to block. And it is called off by California Mayhem, Zinbad.
Zinbad icing the jammer for the next jam. 2 points that time. Under 12 minutes to go.
California Mayhem starting with a power jam in the beginning, but looks like Worthy is standing, so they might not have as much time as they are expecting.
Though there was one jam when I believe it was KB earned lead jam within about 2 seconds.
Yes.
And again.
And there he goes again on that inside line, coming through, tippy toes. Worthy back in, fighting through that California Mayhem wall. KB
Caught.
knocked down.
Multiplayer block called on that.
And KB through on that outside line, and Worthy.
Wow. Spin and hop and no. Track cut it was. And another hop, this one on the outside. KB scores 5 points.
Offense from California Mayhem looking very nice, getting KB through with nobody touching him.
Speed Bryu talking to the bench, saying, all right, calm down just a bit.
And KB jumping the straightaway and calling it off and getting his last points.
Icing the jammer once again. 19 points on that one. 19, 72-62, and all of a sudden a 10-point game just like that 10 minutes ago when we pick up again. You were right. I believe Benjamin and Speed Bryu are twins. If you pointed that out to me, and now that I see them together, and I see one has the face shield and one doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I guess the only way to tell them apart. Wow, I never noticed.
Zinbad for our California Mayhem jammer being hit out by Speed Bryu, being bridged back. Also Worthy being bridged back, but Worthy is not having that.
No.
He's going to save his energy. KB.
Worthy oh, no.
Ooh, big hit by KB, being able to bridge him back. Worthy trying to juke around KB. Is successful, but KB recycles up to the front just to catch him. And misses. And a track cut on Worthy, Diamond City.
The coach and the entire bench saying that was actually a no pass, no penalty. I'll bet we have a review coming up, but that's totally their business. As Kermit T. Frog would say, 007 Zinbad, however, scoring, or will be scoring.
And Zinbad trying to fight through Diamond City to get his points.
Clockwise block on number 12. Ambush Ash once again. That's the jam, 5 points. 5-point game. Diamond City Miners fans, you hear them, 5 points.
I mean, this game is beautiful, like beautiful. This is the dream game.
Good word. And this is not even the championship game. Just imagine whoever wins will meet the Foco Spartans, and then what will happen? Lead Jam California.
Through on that
once
outside
again.
line.
Yep.
Worthy trying to fight through.
Worthy and jumps through.
KB through right behind him, but gets
Track
to cut
cut.
the track. Worthy getting to the front and on at the outside line. picking up all of his points.
Again, for first-time viewers, there is a rope in those lines. That's how the skaters can tell when they skate past them. There is a rope in the lines. But when you're jumping as much, maybe you don't feel it. Through on the inside.
Untouched.
All 8 wheels on the ground for once.
Here he comes. Right through on that outside line.
Man. Wants to call off the jam, but not lead.
He is not lead.
Now, if he fooled a ref, that would be a penalty, but that will not happen at this level of play. Sent back. Number 18 there. Good defense by the California Mayhem, Taylor Swift.
And KB through on that inside line, fighting for his spot, getting through and being successful, getting all of his points.
45 seconds to go in the jam. 5 for Diamond City.
Worthy coming through, looking a little tired.
KB
Passing the
back.
penny
Yeah.
to Bumper Car. He is getting stuck behind that beautiful California wall.
Oh.
Bumper Car coming through for DCM, but is not lead jammer.
4 points on that pass, and how many more? 4 more for California Mayhem, and KB's like, come on, how much longer is this jam going to go? 3, 2, 1. Wow. I know I've said it before, but what a jam.
Agreed.
26-8. Diamond City Miners now up 98-75. Timeout, Diamond City.
There's a lot of intenseness coming from the coaches right now. I can see towards their skaters, you know, trying to give them that encouragement of keeping their head in the game. Doesn't matter about the score. I learned that as a skater, the score does not matter. You can be 100 points down and still make it.
And the dynamic duo of Benjamin and Speed Bryu are standing just barely legally outside the penalty box, having a word with the skater who is in the box, still strategizing, still talking, still perhaps like, you know, get yourself together. It's far from over here. And that's totally legal. You see the line on the floor. They're a few inches away from that. So you cannot enter the penalty box. You can toe up to it, and that's fine. So continue to strategize, because that skater will be returning within 30 seconds, possibly a lot less, as they return to the track.
And looks like we have Love Tap at the jammer line for the first time for California Mayhem.
And the crowd goes wild. Love Tap looks a lot different from last time I saw him, and
yes.
I'm sure everybody is aware of that. Conditioning and whatever else healthy choices.
Passing it to Madeline Bootyfly, getting right through.
Wow.
And Diamond City right behind her.
The only thing you can do there, call it off, man.
Smart move by Diamond City to make sure she got no points.
Then, of course, you know, juniors and minors, you know, some people grow out and then they grow up. That happens. It happened to me. Then I grew out again. But you know, so Love Tap, yes, growing up also.
Madeline starting in the back. DUI, our jammer for DCM, and Madeline for our California Mayhem. And she is through that outside line.
Yes,
DUI fighting to get up front, but Love Tap swing and a miss on DUI.
Oh, full on. And a second block.
Called on Speed Bryu, a high block on Madeline.
I saw the reaction. That's, of course, you cannot go by reaction. The referee saw exactly what happened, and from that exact vantage point, yes, it was a high block. If you're not in position and you just see the head whip back, you can't really tell. But the referee right in front of that, and yes, that is the call.
Madeline is a very tough girl, so I'm sure she took that like a G. We have been jamming for DCM for the first time. KB trying to hold him back. Atomic Storm couldn't quite keep him. Zinbad through right behind him on that outside line. Looking great, both of them. Zinbad speeding up right behind him, making it very intense.
yeah, Diamond City imploring their pack to move up, keep skating, and whether or not it worked is up for question, but the Mayhem with 2 points, so I would say not.
And Benjamin jamming again for DCM. I get his name now. Oop, I psyched. DUI for DCM's jammer, and KB the rock star for California Mayhem. KB right through that DCM wall, getting through the middle, making it through his initial.
DUI straight through the middle, and yes, eligible to score. Half lap lead has California's jammer, and through and calling it. Well, let's see. 0-4-0. That was close. It was worth the attempt.
Beautiful apex by DUI, even though he didn't quite get the results he probably wanted.
One of our Florida fans is listening to the audio stream. She says, "You sound very excited. Is the skating that good?" I think good would be quite the understatement, and yes, exciting also an understatement.
I'm ecstatic.
Wish you were here.
Zinbad through on that outside line, getting through. Diamond City fighting to get past that last line of defense. Love tap.
And Mini Maniac through. Zinbad sent back. Okay, careful not to cut track and call off the jam just in time.
Zinbad looks a little hurt, calling it off from the pain, it looks like.
Yeah, careful not to put much weight on that left leg. So surely will be looked at. We cannot see the California bench from our vantage point, but surely will be looked at and taken out as long as it takes to recover. Hopefully nothing major.
Too extreme.
Right, because weekend is far from over.
We have been jamming for DCM and Madeline Bootyfly for California Mayhem.
Ben earned lead jam, then was not sure about if he wanted to come back in and risk a track cut, so go ahead and recycle back.
Trying to fight past speed, but cannot quite make it. And Ben tiptoeing.
Oh, man.
Big hit from California Mayhem.
Man, oh, man, that was number 20, Thrasher, with that hit.
Benjamin trying to fight by KB the rock star, but tiptoes around.
Through. Oh, down momentarily. It's still lead jam. Actually broke through the pack 3 times, but California blocker set out.
And Speed Bryu holding KB back, knowing he just has a panty pass.
Nicely done. And extra style points for Ben Jamin, actually completing the initial pass 3 times.
KB trying to hit him out, but doesn't quite make it. Big hit from Madeline.
And the hits just keep on coming, and the pivot is right there with the outside pack ref. And returning now to the bench. You can only get you might ask for clarification, but you're only going to get so far if you want to argue a point. You cannot argue a point, but you can ask what did I do, or what did they do, or what did be careful. Be careful there. Maybe leave that to the coaches.
I mean, these walls are looking very tight, making some of our best jammers hard to get through. DUI right through that middle, breaking through those links, looking beautiful. Mad Max stuck in the back, being bridged back by bumper car. DUI getting through on that outside line. California Mayhem still stuck in the back by Diamond City walls. And DUI through on that outside line yet again, untouched.
Holy moly.
Mad Max is getting stuck by bumper car.
Period clock has expired, so it's totally up to DUI here to decide when to call it, or a minute 15, whichever happens first. Jammer race. And that'll do it. So, 10-14. 14 more points for the Diamond City Miners as the score 122. to 85. Diamond City Miners leading 122-85. The winner of this game will meet the Fort Collins Spartans, the FOCO Spartans, tomorrow for the JRDA Open Division Championship. The runner-up still is not done. We'll meet Des Moines at 4 Mountain tomorrow for 3rd place. And all the other place games, we'll get into those in the second half, but all the place games will be set after this one. It's the final game of the evening on the open track. Sugar and Spice here with Standby, and we will be back for more top-ranked JRDA number 2 versus number 3. Winner goes to the championship action coming up on WFTDA.tv. That's okay. we're just saying hello. California Mayhem now, right here in front of us. Standby and Sugar and Spice back with you on track 1 for the final game of the evening. The Diamond City Miners against the California Mayhem. Of course, you have experience with California.
Love Tap saying he wants a shout out. So shout out to Love Tap over there who wanted their shout out. You're welcome.
Yep.
You can hear him in the background saying woo.
Yep. A dietitian I know contacted me, and it's wanting to make sure that Love Tap has made the right nutritional choices and not starving himself. I wouldn't think so with the level of energy that Love Tap has, but again, want to be careful about. It's not all about losing weight. It's also about gaining muscle and making the right lifestyle choices, things that'll stick with you for the rest of your life. Zenbad, we can say also right in front of us, the Zenbad has his skates off and has ice and tape on his left ankle now, so most likely out of the game, unfortunately. Now, looking at the penalty board at the halftime, California Mayhem with 18 penalties and Diamond City Miners with 17 in aggregate. However, the only two that you could possibly say are in penalty trouble, Worthy, number 6, with 5 penalties, and Speed Bryu, number 89, with 4 penalties for Diamond City. The rest, fairly even distribution. So, again, not as bad as what you would think, because a lot of penalties have been called, but Worthy with 5, the lead offender there. Also, California, their coach rather loudly. Usually the meetings, you might wonder if they're confidential, but when you're about 6 feet away and you loudly say, loud enough for the room to say, we have the strongest walls in the JRDA, but you need to stay together, said the California Mayhem coach, and lead jam for DUI to start us off again.
Through on that inside line. KB trying to fight through Diamond City, gets right through on that inside line. DUI swarping around, doing a little jump move and calling it off for his last points.
Staying low, scored and called it. 4 more. 126-85 here, and the winner, again, will meet the FOCO Spartans tomorrow at 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific for the JRDA Open Division Championship.
We have DUI again on that jammer line, and Madeline Bootyfly for California Mayhem on the jammer line. DCM at full potential, and in California Mayhem with only 3. DUI trying to fight through California and does a spin move and gets through on that outside line.
Stays in. Good track awareness even from behind.
Madeline being stuck by Speed Bryu, and DUI getting that last line defense of Love Tap, but gets right through.
Ooh. And a blocker, I still can't see the number, but one of the California blockers looked like took a header into the floor. Hopefully is okay, is back to play.
And DUI getting through on that inside line. Madeline being hit but not hit out. Hit out now by Benjamin.
And again, same spot, same strategy. Be careful not to cut track.
Madeline fighting, and Benjamin stopping her and hitting her right back out.
15 points thus far, 1 minute to go.
Held by California, but makes a penalty for California. DUI through again, getting all of his points. And Madeline still fighting to get past that last line of defense. Recycling up is Benjamin, last line of defense now. Hitting Madeline to the inside line, keeping her in the middle now and hitting her out, bridging her back. DUI being hit out by California Mayhem, but the jam is called off.
Kind of hobbling off, so hopefully DUI okay. Perhaps right leg, not going to guess, but a little slow getting up. A little slow for DUI, I should say. 23 points total scored there. 149-85, 27 and a half minutes to go. We pick up again.
DUI has pulled some stuff this season, and he's, still trying to do a little bit of rehab to get himself back together. So I think he's holding up pretty good during this tournament, due to all of his injury he has. DCM coming through, but KB gets that lead first. California Mayhem.
California needs this, and they need a couple power jams on top of it to bridge the gap.
California holding back that DCM jammer. Minnie fighting through. KB through on that outside line, gets through the middle.
Minnie Maniac saves herself and back in.
DCM fighting through California Mayhem walls, being bridged back yet again by Tonic Storm and Swift.
KB through, 5-point pass. Of course, the coach saying continue.
DCM still trying to fight through that California Mayhem wall. KB trying to get through on that inside line, but is stopped by DCM. But he's trying to get through the out and makes it. Bumper car trying to get up and hit him, but doesn't quite get him.
Through again, 5 more.
Panty pass by DCM. Bumper car with the panty, but gets hit out.
Yeah, that was close.
Tonic Storm trying to stay on him the best she can. Artemis trying to get on him, but gets knocked down. Bumper car around on the inside, but KB is right behind him with quick feet.
Jammer race and
hit
one-on-one.
By KB. Both falling and
up
making
and
impact.
Over. Diamond City coming out the better on that one, but the jam is called. Is that going to stand? 20 points for the California Mayhem. Much needed points.
KB looking a little wounded. He's been working very hard tonight for his team, jamming back to back, doing what he does best. So, shout out to KB for what you do.
Absolutely. Now up against the wall, regaining his breath. What a jam, and hard-earned 20 points on that one. As we hear in the background, the Diamond City Miners. Fear, focus, effort, attitude, respect. And focus, effort, attitude, respect. 44-point game after that 20-point jam. 25 minutes to go, and California Mayhem regrouping, strategizing. Zenbad putting his skates back on.
KB leaning up against the water. That boy is quite tired right now.
Is able to fill up. We always have water there for the skaters. DCM chants closer to us
Love
on this side.
dancing to the chant of DCM, giving them a little bit of love and shimmy shimmy. We have Mad Max on the jammer line for California Mayhem, and we have, I believe, Benjamin or DUI behind. No, Benjamin for DCM. Benjamin trying to fight through California Mayhem as Love Tap is bracing very strongly. California Mayhem trying to get through. Speed Bryu, but doesn't quite get it.
Mad Max 3-2-1, lead jam.
Benjamin stuck in the back with Love Tap. Brought back up through on that outside line, but is recycled by California Mayhem and through Love Tap. But he is not lead jammer.
Do you think they want him to call it? There we go.
I think they did. Mad Max looking a little confuzzled, like, did I not call it off fast enough, coach?
sometimes the entire building can be yelling, call it, and they're such in the zone that it totally flies past.
And I'm thinking that their coach's strong wall is called brick wall.
Well,
I heard him say that a few times. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask him.
he did say, quote, "We have the strongest walls in the JRDA, but you need to stay together." That was a quote at halftime.
DUI fighting to get through. Love tap with a little hip bump, but doesn't quite get him out. But a hit by Madeline doesn't quite get him out either. DUI is our lead jammer for DCM.
Skated all around Love Tap to get that lead jam, too.
DUI through on that inside line, jumping a little baby apex. And the jam is called off by DUI. Smart move.
KB shut out after the Star Sash.
Right now, the score is 153 to 106. Diamond City is in the lead. California down a few points, but I'm sure they'll make it.
Yep, identify the pivot. There we go. So you're able to pass the star if necessary.
DCM fighting with that California Mayhem front wall. Zinbad getting through, but gets stuck because he's recycled and gets out on that outside line with a little limp getting through.
Teammates crash in the back, but Mini Maniac recovers.
And
now one up front. Good recycling. Artemis up front again. Artemis, a veteran of Jacksonville Junior Roller Derbies, where I recognize her, and that's the jam.
And Zinbad calls it off. It looks like he's lagging on that foot a little bit. Not sure if he should be skating right now. Let's hope that, his coaches make the proper and right decisions for their skaters' health. It's all about health here also. We don't want anybody, skating hurt and hurting themselves even more through the season.
Right. Had ice and then tape and then put the skates back on after a rest. So we'll see. 109-153, 3 points for California as Benjamin against KB the Rockstar. And Benjamin through with lead.
On that outside line, KB fighting through that Diamond City wall. Looking for his friendly blockers for that offense and through on that outside line. Benjamin coming around and is through on that inside line right behind him.
Immediately.
And he is going to call it off to stop KB from getting his points.
Immediately. And its core, this is a game of positioning, and jammers these days are more aware of their positioning than ever before. You can see the way they're able to zip past, stay inbounds even as they leave their feet.
Looks like they put out their strong blockers. California Mayhem with 2, KB and Love Tap going against Benjamin.
Indeed, 2-on-1, but had to a ghost blocker on the referee on the inside as well. Had to let him go.
A penalty called on Love Tap, sending him to the box, and Zinbad through.
And yes, through
on
as
that
well.
Inside line, and KB trying to hit Benjamin out and is successful. And looks like KB is arguing with the ref.
Watch it.
Will they give him 2 penalties or will they not? No penalty issued to him at all.
That is a coaching situation. Skaters should not be talking to the referee at all in a game of this magnitude. Save it for the coach. Let the coach go in.
We have Worthy on the jammer line for DCM. Looks like he's back and ready to explode. Madeline for California Mayhem on the jammer line. 2 blockers out for California Mayhem, and looks like Diamond City has a full wall. Worthy fighting through KB. Madeline being hit down, and Worthy spinning and getting through.
Man,
on that
man.
inside line, Madeline is our lead jammer for California Mayhem.
Artemis returning to play, 52, about to leave the pack as well. We have two blockers for California, one for Diamond City in the penalty box as we begin the next jam. California coach
looks like California's coach getting really intense in this game.
I was looking for the word, yeah.
Nothing but love, you know. I saw him get very angry but stopped yelling as soon as he saw her face. So that's a good thing. DUI fighting with that last wall, getting through, but will get that penalty for a back block.
Oh, man. It was either a back block on one or a low block on the other, and back block is the call on DUI.
California Mayhem fighting to that DCM. Love tap making a big hit on number 12.
Spin move, but not quite, as that time, yes, official lead jammer is Thrasher.
And KB rushing out of that box with some intensity. Looking to take one of the boys out. Doesn't quite make it.
Thrasher left with one up front. Another one bridging. There we go.
She's around Benjamin, who was the last line of defense. She's rushing around to get her points as DUI is right behind her, ready to score his.
Minute 3 to go.
DUI trying to do a little spin move to break some holes, and it works through on that inside line.
So there's that call off. There's the call off.
I think they wanted to call it.
The entire bench jumping up and down on that one. 5-1. So only lost 1 point on the late call off. Could have been worse, but it's worth taking. 5-1. Official timeout now.
California looking very good, trying to bring the score back up. I am not seeing anyone give up. Everyone is still giving their all. You know, Derby is hard. There's a lot of pressure on us, you know, young juniors that play Derby.
Right.
There's a lot of intensity that happens, and there's passion. So, you know, when you mix those together, it makes great games, and it gets very emotional and intense. But, you know, looks like both teams are keeping it together, keeping it as clean as they can, and making smart moves.
49-point game, and in a game like this, 49 points can be had quite quickly. So still too close to call. 18-13 to go when we pick up again. Two officials now with the Diamond City coach. If there is anything of importance to pass along, we will do so. Again, the winner of this game, this is quite important. The winner of this game will meet the FOCO Spartans tomorrow for the championship of the Open Division of the Junior Roller Derby Association. The runner-up will meet Des Moines for third place, both on this open track. So the winner will meet FOCO and the runner-up will meet Des Moines. First place game for one, third place game for the other.
And it looks like coach from California Mayhem is talking to his players, trying to tell them and strategize, you know, to make them successful in this next jam.
Use this official timeout wisely.
Very wisely.
It's time that you did not call. Go ahead and take the rest and strategize, because this game right now, as we said, too close to call, and if given another 30, 45 minutes, the lead could change several times the way it's going.
We are going to find out what this official review means.
Okay. Just hearing from Double H that they may be removing the coach from the bench. Down in Jersey came over to the other side of the table. We weren't able to hear that firsthand, but playing the telephone game, passing the word along. Thank you, Double H.
Looks like California Mayhem is trying to strategize with each other and get a little giggles, get loosey-goosey, you know, and still about having fun as a Derby player.
You can reach out to us anytime. The handle at JRDA_rocks and the hashtag talk2, the number 2, JRDA, talk2 JRDA.
We have Madeline for our jammer for California Mayhem and DUI for DCM. Looks like the crowd is going crazy for DCM yet again. They have a great crowd over there on the sidelines. And the jam has started.
DUI, Madam Bootyfly.
Bridging back, DUI trying to come in. KB coming up, trying to hit him out to the out, but doesn't quite make it. Rushes up to the front. California Mayhem stuck in the back. Trying to get around our DCM wall. DUI through on that inside line with a baby jump. Madeline through on that inside line. DUI signaling to race it up or playing offense, but gets through, hit out, and calls it off.
3-1. Official word on that official timeout. The JRDA Code of Conduct dictates that the coach should not continually stand and keep themselves in the outside ref lane. That happened one too many times despite repeated warnings, and finally the Diamond City coach removed from the game for, again, stepping over that line repeatedly and putting skaters and referees at risk. Timeout, California.
California is trying to get themselves together and work it out, strategize together to see if they're going to get the score up. Looks like the coach is very intense and is serious with his skaters right now.
If you have intensity, that's good. If you have execution, that's good. But you need both intensity and execution in a game like this. Both official reviews available. Timeouts, 1 left from the California Mayhem, 2 left for Diamond City.
KB on the jammer line for California Mayhem and Worthy for DCM.
Some last-second one-on-one coaching there as well.
California coach screaming at them, telling them to stay in their walls.
You almost need to keep an ear open to listen to the coach now.
KB through on that outside line, getting lead jammer.
And Worthy through, but that was that a cut or a no pass, no penalty? That is a cut, a track cut, so power jam much needed for California
KB
Mayhem.
Coming through with a big hit on DCM to get through. It was legal but rough.
The miners all over number 8 Little Dutch Explosion, checking on them, so that was good. Checking on your teammates.
With a big hit yet again to get through his pack. He is playing no games right now.
It's now or never for the California Mayhem. You need to take advantage of those power jams when you can get them, and they did ice Worthy, so power start forthcoming, but fewer than 10 seconds, though, because Worthy was standing.
I must say, KB is a very impressive jammer. I have seen him jam blind when his glasses have broken and jump a apex.
Wow.
Yes, it was a beautiful sight to watch. So was the crowd wondering how he could do such a thing.
Back to action with Worthy and Thrasher.
And the California Mayhem through on that inside line, getting lead. DCM stuck in the back. KB looking for a track up, but doesn't get it. And Worthy through on that outside line with some great fast feet. California going to call it.
Call it, and yes, called it in plenty of time.
Looks like there's some intensity on the bench.
At hashtag Talk to JRDA, our mutual, very close, dear, personal, longtime friend Kelly Murphy from Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby wants a shout out. So yes, Mad Dog Kelly Murphy, hello, and hope to see you next year here as Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby, the Duval All-Stars regroup and reform in the female division to play and hopefully rise in the rankings, and we'll see you again in the tournament in the future.
I believe that is Rosalind trying to get through as that jammer for California Mayhem. We have DUI through on that inside line, getting a lead jammer. Rosalind stuck in the back by that strong DCM wall, getting through, trying to move them, hit out. And DUI still keeping his balance and getting through.
Low block called in the meantime on Diamond City. Blocker. Minute 14 to go.
DUI juking and getting on to the outside line.
Easy pass, relatively speaking, that time. And we have Diamond City, or excuse me, jammer going to the box for California. Rosilla received the star, but then committed a penalty. That was a bad fall, and
yes,
I believe we should call the jam.
On his ankle. Very bad jump. Looks like he landed very wrong on his legs, his ankle, to Pacific. Medics rushing over to see if DUI is okay.
Always have medical staff on hand. It is part of the rule book, and we would not have a game without them physically present and watching the game. So no multitasking allowed as far as the medics go. If the medics are watching or with someone else or in the restroom or what have you, then the game must be paused until then. So medics are always watching the game. That is an important thing to point out that not everybody knows. Again, for this official timeout, Diamond City 183, California 130. Diamond City earning 15 points before the jam came to that end. 13-19 to go, so still anybody's game. 53-point lead is really nothing in a game of this caliber, and with the first place berth to be earned here, still anything can happen and quite possibly will. Again, both teams taking a moment to strategize. Of course, Diamond City psychologically may not be quite with it, as they are concerned about their teammate, and they are only 1-2 skaters have their back turned. The rest are actually watching the track, where sometimes you'll notice that skaters are, and it's hard to do, but skaters sometimes advise to turn their backs and pay attention to the coach, or don't dwell on the injury, but that's an individual coaching decision. You want to keep your mind in the game, but of course you have concern for your friend, possibly brother or sister out there.
I mean, Derby is a very, aggressive and contact sport. I like to call it football on skates. So, I mean, there's a lot of strength that needs to, come in with these jammers and these blockers. And if you are, able to get injuries that could take you out, but let's hope that DUI can get back up and perform like he's been performing lately.
I don't want to do play-by-play on what the medic was doing, but it does not look like a broken leg, fortunately. But I won't go any further than that. Of course, we aren't shooting that, and HIPAA being what it is, we'll leave it at that. But again, winner of this game will go on to the championship game against the FOCO Spartans tomorrow. Also, sitting up. All right, let's have a hand. DUI
getting helped up
DUI
to get through and back to his bench.
On one skate.
We are glad he is able to get up and be moved. Let's see if his team can pull it together and not let this affect them. California looking a little more calm and less frazzled right now, getting themselves together and resetting for this jam coming up.
Artemis having her number reapplied, again, the intensity. And if you know of anything other than Sharpie that can stay on for an entire game and not wash off with sweat and humidity, let the Derby world know, and they will beat a path to your door. Same for tape that can remain. Though the track looking good this weekend.
Looks like DCM is trying a new setup for their jammer, as this will be a power jam for DCM.
Official timeouts. Hey. Have some business to attend to first. The runner-up will meet Des Moines in the third place game. We've covered that. Now for the rest of the slate tomorrow, the Attack Pack and Tampa will meet at 2 p.m. Mountain. That is 4 Eastern for you Florida fans. Battle of the Bay for 5th place. What do you have to say? Putting you on the spot.
See those brackets. All of the teams we have here this year at our champs.
So what about the Attack Pack?
What do you mean?
I'm putting you up. I'm trying to put you on the spot. I know you're looking forward to meeting the Attack Pack. You had to travel all across the country to meet a team that's right across the bay from you. More on that later.
I'm just here to play Derby. I think that Attack Pack is an amazing team. Great players on there, sweetheart. So, I'm excited to play Attack Pack. It's going to be intense, and, let's see how it goes.
I want to see it. I want to be a fan for that one, but I'll probably be behind the microphone in one place or another. A star pass immediately to KB the Rockstar.
And he tiptoes on that inside line getting through. And Benjamin coming around to get his points, but he gets hit out by a tonic storm. There is a call off by DCM before KB could come through. We have many on the jammer line for Diamond City, and we have KB the Rockstar for California Mayhem. What's new?
Right, staying out there, 12 and a half minutes barely to go. 7 points for Diamond City that time, 60-point gap.
And KB trying to get through and gets through on that outside line.
Lead jam and clean.
Minnie being stuck by Max and a hip flick out.
So close, so close.
KB still staying in, but they're going to cut him on a cut the track as his hand went out of bounds. Both of them as he was jammer.
And Mini Maniac asking for offense.
Coming in with a big
Getting a
hit.
little bit, yeah.
Putting her arms up to say no forearm. Looks like California Mayhem's getting aggressive. There's some whistles going on over here. Minnie fighting through that defense of the California Mayhem wall. Looking great.
Minor being sent to the box.
Diamond City still struggling to get through. Passing the panty to Bumper Car.
KB returning to play.
Believing this is an illegal procedure, I believe. Bumper Car.
Direction of gameplay, most recent penalty call. Both jammers through and eligible actually
there was some
in the process of scoring.
Going on because they started to call on the DCM jammer but pulled it.
Everybody following in the turn, and jam continues, 27 seconds to go.
KB coming through, not quite making it on that inside line. DCM shutting KB down right now, keeping him back. DCM, and KB jumps a beautiful apex for the team, picking up his 4 points.
7 seconds to go. Let's see. 2, 1, and bang, bang play at the pack. 2-0, 3-0, 3-0 on that last pass. 14-12. Net, after all that, net 2 points for the Diamond City Miners. What a jam.
We have Worthy on the jammer line for DCM. And we have, I believe that's Kangaroothless?
Official review by the California Mayhem.
Oh, that is Thrasher for California Mayhem. Looks like California Mayhem is having a little huddle, and so is Diamond City. You know, giving words of encouragement to their teammates to keep them in the game and keep them ready to play.
KB the Rockstar in the huddle with the head referee, gesturing back to turn 1. So talk about something that may have happened in turn 1 here, and we'll have the official word for you momentarily.
I'm loving the love that KB and Benjamin just had. The boys like to stick together in these tournaments. I see all of them, you know, huddle up in a little squad. So I'm liking that, especially having to play each other. And it gets really intense out there. You might not mean to egregiously hit somebody, but it happens. It's roller derby. But no one takes it personal, and we're all a big, you know, derby family, and I love that. I love to see that. Positivity and love in the derby community is a beautiful thing.
And that's something that I don't think you see with other sports. No. Derby is a gigantic, loving community. We have our dysfunctional moments like every family does, but in all, we still come together for a love of the sport. That said, we want to thank, again, WFTDA.TV for bringing the action to us here at the Junior Roller Derby Association Championship Tournament. And looked like somebody was about to reach for a microphone.
No, I think they're reaching for water bottles.
Well, that's fine too.
Shout out to our reps for doing what they do. We couldn't quite have a game without them. I mean, we could, but it would end up being wrestling with chairs.
We've been through that roller jam and everything prior to that. We've seen it.
Did you get this already or no? No. So Black was challenging the cut call that was called on the Black Jammer, but both of his hands went out and then he cut multiple players. So the cut call to his hand over.
Okay. Thank you. So now being relayed to the audience, the call will stand on that cut.
Established himself. He went in front of 2 opposing skaters. So the cut call stands. They lose their official review.
Looks like California Mayhem lost their review. Worthy for DCM, our jammer, and we have Madeline for California Mayhem, both picking up speed. Madeline hit out on the inside line. Worthy through on that inside line. Madeline fighting through to get to the front of that DCM wall, holding her back, and she gets through, but last side of defense is Speed Bryu, but she gets right through on that inside line. Worthy coming around and jumping a baby apex and calling it off for his last points.
That was as close as you can get without being across the line. Great track awareness on that right before the call off. 4-0 Diamond City. Now at this point, not counting California out, but I will point out that we'll have under 9 minutes to go, and you see how many points there are to recover. 208, 142. California with the uphill battle, proverbial speaking. Worthy with lead jam. That's not going to help.
KB jumping a baby apex, getting through on that outside line, rushing through around. DCM coming around, getting past those last California Mayhem and calls it off for his points. But he does not get all of them. It looks like he got 3.
3 is worthy and worth it at this point. 211, 142. There'll be just over 8 minutes to go when the next jam begins.
I see what you did there, Worthy. Nice. Good pun. Looks like we have many for DCM.
Low-hanging fruit, by the way.
And KB for California Mayhem. KB getting through last line defense on that inside line, coming through as our lead jammer. Minnie struggling in the back by that California strong wall. Bumper trying to play a little offense, but comes back to make a wall for KB. some contact happening. KB fighting for his points to get through and come back around. DCM stuck in the back with California's walls. KB is knocked out on that inside line. Jumping an apex, still landing it. Being hit by bumper car, also making it through, picking up all 4 of his points. DCM through, but is not our lead jammer. KB coming around on that outside line, picking up all 4 of his points. Minnie getting hit by Love Tap, putting her on the floor. Bridge back. KB coming back, but a little slower. I think he's anticipating his moves. Coming around on that inside line, doesn't quite make it, gets hit out by DCM.
Under a minute to go in the jam, still continuing. Pack definition being defined for just a moment there as a pivot sent to the penalty box.
KB getting stuck in the back by DCM, looking a little frustrated. DCM holding him back, strong walls. He's out on that outside line, but is hit out by DCM. Comes back in, getting all 4 of his points. He is still lead. Bumper now as our jammer.
Given a 5-point pass that time. Very good. California needs every point and a power jam.
California with a power jam. KB doing the power jam for us. Coming around. California getting ready to play amazing offense on DCM. And KB calls it off as he gets all 4 points.
Jam was just about to end anyway, so there we go. And lying down along 2 chairs, now upright on the bench. What a jam. 166-215 at 20 points for the California Mayhem with 6 minutes to go.
We have Madeline starting us off with the power jam for California Mayhem. Looks like DCM has 3 and California has 3, so looks about even. Madeline coming along on that outside line, getting through on that inside, making a little baby apex. I love to see this girl jam. Great speed, great form. Comes through, gets through on that inside line, calling it off as she was signaled by her coach.
Icing the jammer.
Coach calling for Cameron to jam for California Mayhem. DCM is still in the box, but is standing. We have Bumper Car as their jammer, but again, is in the box.
44 points. 5 minutes to go.
DCM getting ready to set up as there is a power jam for California Mayhem. KB is fighting with that DCM wall, moving them a lot and trying to get through that last line of defense and getting through on that inside line, jumping the apex yet again. Beautiful. KB coming through, staying in, still getting hit, coming through on the inside, jumping around the DCM blockers, but does call it off before their jammer gets their points.
KB the Rockstar, good that did not become exhausted there because California did not feel a pivot for that jam. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but would not have had the opportunity to pass the star if that had arisen. However, it did not. 4 more points for California. 40 points.
We have Thrasher for California Mayhem jamming. And we have DUI for our DCM jammer. Looks like he's feeling better from those leg hits. Still makes it through as our elite jammer.
Did you see that? How many spins?
Untouched on that inside line. DUI feeling great from that hit that hurt him, but he is looking back and better.
Spins again and stays in, and another half spin. Holy moly.
Looks like the coach is screaming his foot went out, but refs are unbothered by the screaming.
Now asking the bench about it, I believe would like to call an official review, but does not have one.
On that inside line. There is a power jam for DCM right now. Last line is Love Tap and DUI spinning around, trying to get through, but he gets through on that inside line. Just beautiful. But he is called on a back block,
Oh,
I believe,
boy.
for a love tap. I think that spin move worked. There we go again with that spin move, and he's through. Not quite.
Good save before it turned into a cut. Able to correct himself.
California trying to lock it down.
One of the positive rule changes in the 16-17 season. Going for a star pass or star stay. It was a star pass. Star pass.
Bumper car as their DCM jammer right now, looking to get through. And he knocks out Artemis on that inside line and gets right through.
5-point pass.
And DUI making a lot of contact on Thrasher right now to make sure she does not get her points. And Bumper right through that middle, picking up another 4 points, looking great, looking fit, and there is a call-off.
And California Mayhem immediately calling a timeout. 28 points for the Diamond City Miners, and 28-4, so net 24 for Diamond City, just when you thought California was making a comeback and could potentially tie it up and win it given the pace of this game. 24-point net for Diamond City to increase that gap once again. 2:43, 179, 2:01 on the clock.
Looks like both benches are bringing their teams together, telling them, let's do this. There is 2 minutes and 1 second left for period 2 for California and DCM game. This game has been quite amazing to watch. Both teams are fighting for this spot. Both teams are putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. Some players playing a little hurt, but toughing it out for their teammates.
Artemis either with a cramp or a hip pointer sitting out this jam. DCM chance.
Zinbad for our jammer for California Mayhem, and Worthy for DCM. And Worthy is through!
Still!
No, doesn't quite make it. That is all right. He's going to have to go right back. Zinbad
with a matrix maneuver and through, and was it clean?
Worthy is our lead jammer. Zinbad is not our lead jammer. Worthy fighting to go through, but is calling it off. Coach is yelling for the points.
Of course, already used the official review, so not gonna have any influence other than perhaps hopefully not getting a penalty called right at the end. I know, pretty heated game and very competitive game.
We have KB on the jammer line for California Mayhem and Worthy for DCM. KB fighting through that DCM wall, trying to get up front to get that lead jammer. Last line of defense of Speed Bryu, and gets right by on that inside line. Worthy stuck in the back, but makes a little tiptoe movement on the ends. KB coming back around.
Speed Bryu skating out of bounds. We have one blocker down for each team, and KB through.
Coach telling him to run it. Let's do it.
That's right. 38 seconds, 37 seconds in the game. The jam can still go about another minute 25.
His dad said no call off, and KB's looking at him like, why? KB through on that inside line. KB being signaled one more pass before calling it off by his coach. We have been jamming for the panty pass, I believe, for DCM.
And a couple high steps and through on that pass. 5 seconds to go in the period, 55 in the jam. Good attempt, but drawn back. Oh!
And
what is the call?
There is a high block, I believe, on Worthy, or a low block. KB jammed last. This was an amazing game by both teams. This was crazy.
Now, yeah, KB the Rockstar either exhausted or disappointed or a little of both. No, it's exhaustion. It's exhaustion. Now getting a hug from the coach unofficial final, 251-191. Is that father and son?
Yes,
yeah,
that is.
I thought so. Yeah, 255-191, 12 points each. 12 points each in that last jam. Another jam that really, as far as the game went, had no bearing, but what a jam to watch nonetheless. Kind of summed up the entire game.
To watch.
That's
this
right.
Was a beautiful game. All weekend we have had great games from all around, the world. So I'm very happy to be a part of this Derby community. Looking like there's a lot of emotion going on from both teams.
You cannot, the last two games we've seen on this track, you could not ask for better games. Now, the Diamond City Miners will meet the pretty near hometown FOCO Spartans tomorrow, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, for the JRDA Championship in the Open Division. Victory lap going on right now. California Mayhem will meet the Des Moines Derby Brats, 4 Mountain, tomorrow for 3rd place. The Attack Pack and Tampa, 2 Mountain, 4 Eastern for our Florida fans. Battle of the Bay for 5th place as teams take a dual lap here. Congratulations to all the skaters on the most intense game I have called this weekend. River City and Mob City, a tale of two cities, will be Noon Mountain for 7th place tomorrow. And finally, Philly and the Reservoir Dolls will play for 9th place. That will be at 10 a.m. Mountain, noon Eastern. So stay tuned to WFTDA.tv for all the action right here, and a similar schedule, of course, on the other side.
Seeing some hugs going on with California Mayhem and DCM. I love to see the sportsmanship from both teams. This is amazing to watch, the love that we have between each other.
Derby love
is the best love.
All right, that'll do it for us right here. Thank you, Sugar and Spice, for your insight and your call. You are a natural at this.
Thank you.
Yes, good game. Good game.
Good game, Worthy. We have Worthy coming up and giving us some fist pumps.
And yes, thank you to head announcer Al B. All right. Oh, yeah. I guess we should sign off. Everybody's just coming and giving us some Derby love. So, till tomorrow. Yes, more championship action finally coming to an end. The final 5 games on both tracks. Till then, so long from the Centennial State.